house.
So your family allowed you to leave after you had been drinking with an infant in a car seat. Nobody said, hey, you're intoxicated. You should not be driving with an infant in a car seat. Okay, you're whispering.
And we've got our first facepalm moment of the hearing. This defendant isn't just accused of a DWI. She had a baby in the car. The judge's tone says it all. Disbelief. But here's the kicker. This isn't just a misdemeanor. With a child under 15, it's a state jail felony. That means up to 2 years behind bars. Let's see if she grasps the gravity of that.
No.
So how have you been addressing your alcohol issues?
I don't believe alcohol.
Probation. Bold move. The defense is banking on first-time offender leniency, but with open containers and a slurred speech admission, the judge might not be feeling generous. Also, side note, twisted tea in the cup holder? That's textbook evidence for the prosecution. This isn't he said, she said. It's he said, the tea said.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated with the child under 15? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand? After reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor. We respectfully request that the entire fine be probated.
All right. Ms. Villegas, is Child Protective Services involved?
They haven't been involved yet.
So where's your child?
She's with me. She's with me.
All right. So you want to explain to the court why you were driving with an infant asleep in a baby seat. And according to this, you had...
The judge's silent stare here is louder than the defendant's mumbling. This isn't just about her bad choices. It's about a whole family failing that baby. And now the judge is circling the real issue, denial. I don't have alcohol problems, she says, while pleading guilty to a DWI with a kid in the car. Spoiler, that's exactly what someone with alcohol problems would say.
2 open containers and a center console cup holder, a 24-ounce Bud Light, 24-ounce of twisted tea, and that your speech was slurred, and they had odor intoxicants coming from your breath, and your eyes are red and glossy. Where are you coming from?
From my family's house, 3 down the street from my house, Shanghai.
All right, you're gonna have to speak up. Where were you coming from?
Family's house. We were drinking at family's house.
So your family allowed you to leave after you had been drinking with an infant in a car seat. Nobody said, hey, you're intoxicated. You should not be driving with an infant in a car seat. Okay, you're whispering.
No.
So how have you been addressing your alcohol issues?
I don't believe alcohol issues.
Again, my statistics professor would be very upset with me, but usually people who get pulled over and plea to driving while intoxicated, that's just the first time they got caught driving while intoxicated. I don't know anybody who is taking an infant and driving with an infant while you're intoxicated and saying, I don't have a problem. Obviously you do. And obviously your family has a problem if they were so intoxicated that nobody told you you should not be driving.
Plot twist. The judge isn't buying the I've been sober since arrest claim. That urinalysis test, it's a trap. If she pops positive, this probation pitch goes out the window. Also, note the time pressure. The court's got a jury coming in. Real courtrooms aren't like TV. They're chaotic, clock-driven, and brutally efficient.
One at all, and doubly when you have an infant in the vehicle. So when's the last time you had alcohol? And you need to be honest with the court.
I haven't been drinking since then.
All right, everyone needs to whisper. So when's the last time that you drank alcohol?
Since I got caught with alcohol.
All right, I find that unbelievable. Are you in any type of program? All right. Do you have any criminal history other than this?
Misdemeanors,
Misdemeanors for what?
when I was like 17,
No. What's the charge?
possession of marijuana and failure to ID.
All right. And if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? All right, let's do a UA. And we'll come back and take care of the rest of the hearing after she submits her UA.
Okay, how long should that be?
Oh, it'll be fairly quick.
I'll just, make a short, exit for,
This is the judge's mic drop moment. She's not just sentencing, she's parenting. The subtext, your kid could have died. And that probation condition? 0 tolerance. 1 sip equals violation. But here's the real question. Will this wake-up call stick, or is she headed for a relapse? Spoiler, the next defendant's about to show us how that goes.
5 minutes, will it be okay?
Yes, 5 minutes, but we have a jury coming in at 11:30, so you need to be back before 11:15.
Thank you, Judge. Happy to.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. There's to be the VIP, ignition interlock, DWI education course, 150 hours of community service. Right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. Here's the thing, Miss Villegas. Whenever you get behind the wheel and you've been drinking, what usually ends up happening, if there's an accident, the person who's driving intoxicated, it's rare that they get injured. Usually it's somebody else gets killed or somebody else gets injured. In this case, it could have been somebody else or it could have been your child. If you love your child, then you should not be driving after having taken a drink. And while you're on probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol at all. That means if you go over to your family's house and you all are having a barbecue or whatever, you're not allowed to drink alcohol on probation, period. You understand? All right, good luck to you. Probation will go over conditions.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
State of legislative defendant, on or about the first day of June 2022 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, Brandon DeOrio, did then and there illegally use a controlled substance, namely cocaine, in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State.
Your Honor, we will also waive all the rest of the allegations alleged in the motion to indicate.
Cut to the sequel nobody wanted. Meet defendant number 2, a drug court dropout. The judge's frustration is palpable. She's dangling a lifeline, I'll send you back, but her tone says, I've seen this movie before. And her ice cream analogy? Chef's kiss. Addiction is like craving sugar, except the cone here is a prison jumpsuit.
All right, any objections to the waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to life in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Your Honor. At this time, the state's asking that the board deny the motion to revoke and alter and amend the deferred adjudication to include status.
All right, is that the agreement?
Status relapse, yes. With
Are
my
you-
understanding, that was the recommendation from probation.
Are you asking the court to follow this agreement? All right, you're whispering.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So here's the issue that the court is having. I sent you to felony drug court. You accepted in felony drug court. What happened? You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Brandon Doris.
All right, so what happened in felony drug court?
I was just having trouble getting to the UA and appointment because I had a night shift job and I would get off at 4 a.m. and trying to wake up to make the meetings and UAs, like catching the bus and all that. I just had trouble making.
That's no excuse. So does felony drug court want him back? Does anyone know?
I don't have that information, Your Honor.
I had my parents call and they said they'd kick me out. I'd been
Oh,
kicked
yeah,
out. Well,
because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. So I'm going to see if they'll accept you back. If they will accept you back, that's where you're going. And if you get kicked out, then you're looking at going to prison.
Yes, ma'am.
And it seems that you're still using drugs. At some point, guess what? There's nothing that anybody can do to help you. If you decide that you want to use drugs and you're not even going to try, then there's nothing that anyone can do to help you. And sometimes people got to go to prison.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's a wrap. 2 defendants, 1 theme, accountability. 1 got probation with a stern warning, the other's on thin ice. But here's the takeaway: courts hate repeat offenders. So, audience poll, who's more likely to end up back in front of this judge? Drop your guesses below. And remember, never whisper in court, unless you're hiding from your own bad decisions.
And Judge, just to clarify for my own benefit, so he would do the SATA relapse and then he would be in drug court, or he would do
Oh,
drug
no,
court
I would send him
rather
straight to
than-
drug court, and
Okay.
drug court would make a decision on what they want to do.
Beautiful.
All right, so here's the thing. If they accept you back, great. But what I can tell you, at some point in time, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're going to prison,
Yes,
more
ma'am.
likely than not. I always have to put a tagline, more likely than not,
I understand.
because if you want to continue to use cocaine, there's nothing that we can do to help you. It's like somebody who is saying they're trying to lose weight. At some point, you got to stop eating ice cream. And if you still want to eat ice cream every day, and we're giving you the tools so you can't eat ice cream every day, and you're just making choices, and we're just wasting money on you.
Yes, ma'am.
So just have a seat and we're going to see what they say.
Judge,
Yes.
so not to make my problems your problems, but I have curbside for HEB that I need to go pick up, but
Okay.
I'm already, so I didn't know if I could go run do that real quick and come back. or
Okay,
if you
where's
wanna
your
recall for
curbside
tomorrow.
pickup?
Almost.
Oh, we can recall this for tomorrow.
Perfect. I'll be here in the morning and then we can get it sorted out.
All right, thank you.